Hello, I'm Mono Ben, and this is a introduction to music theory in Sunvox, part 2. And that obviously is a sawtooth and has very little to do with what we're going to be talking about today. So let's just quickly recap. In the last video, we spoke about how the piano roll is literally designed to show you that there are 7 basic sounds that you should know about first. And we explored a couple of these sounds. It was C to C, and there are obviously the gaps there for you. And then we did A to A, and we looked at the actual steps in between of this scale. So today we're going to look at all 7 of them, and whereas last time was an introduction, a light introduction, this is going to be a deep look at actually what scales are the keys showing us. Is this piano roll showing us? So if we start here at C, work our way up to C again, we're going to actually write these down this time. So if we make that a little longer, we've got the same sound back as last time. That'll do. We'll bring this up a bit. So here we go. We've got. So all we're going to do is go through and write down the steps, and hopefully then we will have our blueprint for this particular sound. And we'll start here. We'll start with C, and then we're going to miss a note out. We're just going to work our way up the white keys. So obviously first we miss this C sharp, gets missed out. So here we are. So you've just gone up a tone there. There we go, tone. And then to the next one, you miss out this D sharp and go straight for E. So that's another tone. And then here we have no note in between. So it's the next note up. We'll call that a semitone. And then we've got a tone, 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 tone. And then the last one here is just a semitone. And here we have a blueprint for what most people would call the major scale. I would rather call it the Ionian scale. Major or minor really for me just means happy or sad, and if something sounds happy then it's a major sound, and if something sounds sad then it's a minor sound. And what you'll definitely find is once we've worked our way through all of these, they're very clearly categorized as either happy sounding or sad sounding, and they have their own flavors. But you can see for yourself at the end that some of them are considered major and some are considered minor, and you can see why at the end. I feel like the major and minor system is a oversimplification. It's fine to get you going when you just want to learn a chord to play or just tinkle a few notes along and you want to play and you want to have fun, but kind of leaves you none the wiser when you're trying to make your own tracks or you're trying to compose. It leaves you none the wiser about where the rest of the available notes are, or the notes that would probably fit for what you would like. So this is the first scale. Obviously it's Ionian. Most people would call it the major scale, and it's here in the design of the piano roll for you, so you don't really have to remember it. And so obviously it would be quite easy for us to take this pattern and start anywhere and take it with us, and So if we started here at E, and we just use this pattern and we work our way up to the next E. So pick our note, and then it's tone, and another tone, and a semitone, and another tone, 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 semitone. You see, we've taken this sound with us. Let's not dwell on this particular one too much, because there's another 6 for us to work our way through. And I think probably what's most important from this video is that you just take a kind of understanding of the logic of how the piano roll is designed, more than actually learning how to play each one of these particular scales in every key. 'Cause that's something that will take you years. People have studied that stuff for years, you know, especially if you're playing the piano. This is something that will take you, you know, understanding the logic is quite simple, but actually putting it into practice is something you could get lost in for years. So let's move on here. We've done the first one, which is Ionian, C to C, all the white keys, the major scale. Let's close this. So let's open another one here. There we are. Right, okay. So if we start on D, we get the thing out here, we can write in this. Okay, so D to D, all the white keys. We start with D, we go up a tone, and then a semitone. That's tone, semitone. Then it's tone, 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 tone. And that is a semitone, tone at the end. Semitone and tone. And here we have the blueprint for the Dorian sound. And it's probably best if you decide for yourself how you feel, how this particular sound makes you feel. But here it is for you to use, encapsulated in the design of the piano roll. I think this is what's missing really from most of music theory's education, that the education system really misses that this is why the piano looks like this. It's to show you that there are 7 sounds you should know about first. So let's do the next one along, E to E, all the white keys. Let's start. Okay, so semitone, tone, tone, tone. That's different. That starts with a semitone. Okay, tone, tone, tone. Here we are. And then semitone, tone, tone. Semitone, tone, and tone. This one has a name. Oh, it's not got a sound. Here we are. Right, this one has a name. It is Phrygian. And you'll have to excuse my spellings. I'm sure somebody will come along and say that this hasn't been spelt correctly. So probably somebody making a video about these scales probably could have checked the spelling before starting the video, but it doesn't matter. Here we are. You can kind of read it. It's called Phrygian. It's a really interesting sound, Phrygian. You should probably play around with this one. Oh, go on, we can't resist. What should we throw some notes in here? so quite naughty sounding. I would really like to spend more time letting you hear each individual sound, but really you're going to have to go. This video will be very, very long. I could be here all day playing with these, just literally these individual 7, and there's so much more than this, but this is the basics. This is the introduction, and still it's, it's simple, but it's so interesting that I could literally spend all day just playing around with that one sound. So there we are, Phrygian. What a naughty sound. Let's make another one of these, and we'll go with the next note up, which is F. F to F, all the white keys. So let's plop our little key cursor in there. Okay, so you can see here it's tone, 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 semitone. That's tone, 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 semitone, and then tone, tone, semitone, tone, tone, semitone. And let me just select this track and cut those. And then I suppose we're going to have a quick listen to the sound of this particular one. This one is called a Lydian. It's a Lydian sound, F to F, all the white keys. So if you have a listen to it, it's okay, and there is quite a famous Lydian song you'll probably know. It's the theme tune to The Simpsons. I don't actually know what the notes are. Something like that. There you go, something like that. Lydian, an optimistic, a happy sound, probably even more happy than the standard Ionian, standard major. Compared to the major, it has a raised fourth. And I think most people will try and talk about these scales in terms of how they relate to the Ionian scale. And they'll say, well, this scale has a raised fourth, so it's the same as the major scale, but with a raised fourth. And I think probably that does Lydian a disservice. It's its own distinct, specific sound, and it's one of the basic 7 sounds that the piano is literally designed to show you. And it's F to F, all the white keys. So let's move up again, G to G. Let's move on to this one here. Okay, so G to G, all the white keys. Let's look at the pattern then. So start with G. Tone, tone, semitone. Tone, tone, semitone. Tone. That's tone, tone, semitone. Tone, tone, semitone, tone. And this one's called Mixolydian. And it's an interesting sound. It has, I think Mixolydian sounds kind of funny. It's used a lot in blues music. Most people would talk about this scale as if it were the same as the major scale, but with one alteration, which is technically true, but probably not the best way of thinking about it. But most people would tell you that this Mixolydian sound has a flat 7. The 7th note of the scale is a semitone below. compared to the major scale, compared to the Ionian. But I don't really like talking about it in those terms because Mixolydian is its own distinct sound and really deserves its own distinct scale name. So let's carry on here. Mixolydian is something that you can play around with. Obviously, if you're playing blues music, it's get a little shuffle beat going and try and play around with the Mixolydian scale. We'll go into chord progressions and styles of music in a video's time or two, but first of all, we'll just focus on this. So next one up, A to A, all the white keys. Let's have a little look here. So it's tone, semitone, tone, tone, semitone, tone, semitone, tone, tone, semitone, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 tone. This has got a name. I'm sure somebody's going to come along and pick me up on these horrendous spellings. But here you have the Aeolian, or what some people like to call the classic minor, the classic unhappiness. Again, I could spend all day playing Aeolian. It's just the most lovely sound. I can only encourage you to take this pattern and have a play with it. We're going to play with it in future videos. This video will just take forever if I don't plow on. And we've got one more to do. We've just got the last one here. And it is B to B, all the wide keys. Let's start here, and it's semitone, semitone, tone, tone, semitone, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, tone, tone, tone. And this one has a name. It's a Locrian. People call it a Locrian. Again, my spelling of this is probably going to offend people. Sorry, I've not got much of a clue when it comes to how to spell things. So the Locrian sound is very unique and, in my opinion, very usable. People are quite shy about using Locrian. It's quite a strange sound, but it's something that we use in chord progressions all the time, and it's part of this whole system. So it's as legitimate as the rest. The fact that it doesn't sound how people like it to sound, well, I don't know. So here you have it. This is the most important part here, is the 7 sounds that the keyboard is, the piano roll is designed to show you. And this is the reason why it looks like this with the 2 and the 3 and the 2 and the 3 again, is because it's designed to show you that there are 7 sounds you should know about first, and here they are. And here is a blueprint for each one. So at this point, I can only encourage you to start at C, and you play each one of these patterns starting at C. So we'll just quickly run through them because this video is getting quite long, but it's quite important that you understand exactly what I mean. So here we have Ionian in C. That was easy. That was just all the white keys. I could take that and start that somewhere else, but we're not going to. So next one, Dorian. Let's take Dorian and start it here at C. That's Dorian in C. Next one, let's try a Phrygian in C. So it starts with a semitone here. Okay, and next one, the Lydian. Oh, I'm a bit lost. Hang on. Where are we there? Start here. Tone, 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 semitone, tone, tone, semitone. Okay, and the next one, Mixolydian. And the next one, Aeolian. And the last one, a Locrian. Oh, is that right? That sounds strange. So semitone, tone, tone, semitone, tone, tone, tone. Yes, all the black keys. Yes, so here you have the 7 basic sounds that the piano roll is designed to show you. This is where we'll leave the video. Hopefully you can have some fun with these and, you know, play around with them. Maybe keep a drone note, and maybe next time we'll start building some chords from these and having a little look at how their scales are all slotting together so that we can create nice kind of patterns, nice sounding things, and maybe we'll have a look at some typical usage of chords as well within this system. But till next time, hope this helps. Thanks, bye.